The attack on Israel by Hamas has left the world in shock and divided. In many Arab countries, thousands of people took to the streets to show their support for the Palestinian cause. Many also rallied behind Hamas. Some have gone to the extent of saying that this was a long time coming. But amid all this, there is a pertinent question that has been evaded by global leaders time and again. Why has the world turned a blind eye to Israel's systemic occupation of Palestinian settlements? Let's just take a step back and look at some key events which have triggered a century of violence. Britain conquered then Palestine in 1917 and ruled the region for decades. In 1939, Britain issued a white paper to declare the region as a quote-unquote bi-national state. What it means is that the region would be inhabited by both Jews and Arabs. This was the British mandate for Palestine, a document which did not grant a clear two-state solution. And now it is being blamed for triggering decades of volatility in the region. Let me tell you how. 9 years later, Israel declared independence during the 1948 Arab War. The UN and several Western countries immediately recognized Israel as an independent nation. But what marked a day of independence for one was a day of calamity for another. May 14, 1948 is what Palestinians refer to as the Nakba, which translates to catastrophe. Since then, several reports and survivor accounts reveal horrifying details of Palestinian dispossession. During the Nakba, between 1948 to 1950, Israel's military forces expelled at least 750,000 Palestinians from their homes. They captured more than 3/4 of the territory. The Palestine that was ceased to exist. What now remains of it is majorly the Palestinian settlement across the Gaza Strip, West Bank and parts of Jerusalem. But the ouster of Palestinians from their homes did not end there. It only got worse. Israeli settlers forcibly took over the homes of Palestinian families in Gaza and East Jerusalem. The visuals you see next form just one such case, capturing the story of what thousands of Palestinian families have gone through.
Jacob, you know this is not your house.
Yes, but if I go, you don't go back. So what's the problem? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do this. I didn't do this.
But
it's easy to yell at me, but I didn't do this.
You are stealing my house.
And if I don't steal it, someone else is going to steal it.
No one is allowed to steal it, يا عمي.
זה לא שלי להחזיר.
בוא נגיד שיש
זה לא שלי.
That's not all. For years now, Israeli forces have blocked electricity, fuel and food supplies in Gaza. The move snowballed into a major economic crisis for the Palestinian residents. At least those who survived countless raids by Israel over the years. The League of Arab States has deplored the brutality of the war and has called for a dire need for dialogue. The situation once again has raised the same old concern. The world needs to pay attention and work towards a two-state solution.
What is needed is resurrecting a serious negotiation track based on the two-state solution and international support and reference to United Nations resolutions to end occupation and establishing a Palestinian state on the June 4, 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. We have seen Western viewpoints focusing on this war and this event only, while avoiding talking about the reasons behind the current situation in Palestine. There is a need to return to a real peace process that leads to the establishment of two states coexisting in peace, safety and stability.
The history of what many Palestinians call systemic oppression has triggered a slew of clashes. Hundreds have died and thousands have been displaced.